G'day, this is Captainoob and this is Disorderly Conduct, this week's as of this recording survival mode challenge weapon, rewarded by doing a little bit of a weekly challenge, which honestly I can't actually remember what it is. So let's have a look. So you need to craft a Molotov cocktail, kill a human-like creature with an explosive weapon, destroy a robot whilst wielding a protest sign, and take a photo in a church or shrine while naked. Now, you have to do all of those in survival. There's guides on the internet to actually let you know how to do that. But yeah, what we have here is a 3-star legendary baton, suppresses, prefix effect, plus 50% limb damage, and plus 1 endurance major and minor legendary effects respectively. So quite an interesting little lineup of legendary effects, and honestly not my go-to. But let's take a look at the baton in general, because this thing is from Fallout 4. It's one of the first weapons you actually come across before you even grab the 10mm pistol when you crawl out of Vault 111, and it's basically the same sort of thing. This electrified attachment point, or the attachment on it, unlike its Fallout 4 counterpart, has no chance to stun anything, so there's no added benefit of that. It just adds a little bit of energy damage, and according to the wiki, that's the only actual attachment you can put on this thing, so we get a little bit more energy damage. Isn't that nice? Also, when we hit things, they'll shock, like, you'll see electricity on them. It's actually kind of cool, but as well as that that visual effect doesn't do anything, it's just nice to have, I guess. So yeah, but definitely not what I want on a baton, but we're gonna try this thing out anyway. So looking at our perks, we're going to be specking for one-handed melee, as this is a one-handed weapon, so gladiator perks come on. We've already got martial artist and incisor on, because, you know, they're my go-to perks. What else is interesting here? Obviously, makeshift warrior for making this thing degrade slightly less, and we've set up ourselves for sneaking and agility because we kind of need it. And let me just chuck back on that perk. So critical savvy and bloody mess go into luck because I accidentally pulled critical savvy, and now we get 125 and 33 ballistic and energy damage respectively, which compared to something like a combat knife, especially when you consider how fast these things swing, it's not looking good for the baton at the moment, but we'll try it out. We'll give it a chance. Alrighty, so we're starting off with the ghoulies today, and taking a look at our baton. I'm probably going to say baton because of roofing, but still, our baton looks like that in first person. It's basically the same thing as we saw in Fallout 4, so nothing really new to look at. It's still got that cool drawing and putting away animation, the holstering animation, I don't really know. But let's just get started on these ghouls just to see how we go. Now, a lot of them are sleeping right now, so that means if... Okay, that guy's already dead. But, yeah. If we can make sure we kill these guys before even, you know, touching them, that's pretty good, I guess. I didn't know the disorderly conduct did that. Yeah, some of them just die. It's weird. There's a lot of bugs in this game still. But so far, so good. We're making use of stealth here, and, you know, not being hit is a good idea when it comes to weapons that don't deal an impressive amount of damage. I'm probably going to be continuing to sneak as best as I can throughout all of this fight, because honestly, I don't think we can actually one-shot these guys. Maybe we could, but the sneak attack criticals are definitely confirming that we can do it with that, so, you know, why not? We're waking up the ghouls pretty quickly, and they're running up to us and not detecting us. There's another dead one, but yeah. Okay, you can die now. You can't resist that twice. There's the manager. Whack him across the chops. That's him dead. And did I just see one run out? That was weird. Maybe I'm seeing phantom ghouls. But yep, no problem against ghouls here. We've ended up using it pretty stealthily, and we can actually one-shot them, as you can see there. That was actually a headshot because we got that yellow numbering, so that was nice. I don't think a lot of people realize there's actually hitboxes for melee. Okay, that one was whacked across the noggin and he didn't feel like dying in one hit, which is odd. We'll run up and do a power attack on old mate Wendigo. And keep in mind that our damage isn't peaking as of yet. That's a lot of stim packs. Wow, he was ready for healing. Because obviously we've got our unyielding armor to give us extra strength when our health is lower, and also our adrenal reaction on top of that. So we're barely seeing the potential of this, and so far so good against these ghouls. Nothing too horrible. I'm not struggling in any sense of the word, so it's not too bad. It's not blowing me away with the kind of damage that it's doing, but it's doing good enough, and I think most of that is credit to the build. Just, you know, not being seen anywhere is going to make any melee weapon good, unless it's a Komi Whacker, because they don't hit very hard. Alright, so I think I was lucky enough to grab another spawning of this place, so let's see what we can do without the use of sneak and just see how much we get whacked by a mob of ghouls here, because if it's anything to show you what this thing can do when you're sneaking, but without sneaking, you can see that we're really getting our ass handed to us, especially in a crowd of ghouls where they'll just quickly dogpile on top of you and smash you like that. But yeah, even just a small squad of ghouls. This one ran off for some reason. The rest of them haven't appeared to spawn, but even just a handful of them was almost too much to handle for this thing. Although I probably could have played that a little bit better, drawing them out one by one rather than actually just hitting them. You know, just running into them and, you know, hitting them like an idiot grognak. But yeah, I think you get the point of that. So, looks like its weakness is going to be damage output, which means we're going to have to supplement this thing with stealth, otherwise we'll die. Hello, ghoul. That being said, we can whack him across the head for 1k damage, which is pretty good. And that's going to drop anything, you know, up to something like a Mylurt Queen or Super Mutant Behemoth, so that's pretty good. That's not actually too bad. And a T-posing bloated glowing one just for funsies, because we need to remember how buggy this game was at launch, because believe you me, we all saw plenty of... Oh, it's one of those things. Yes, believe you me, we all saw plenty of those buggy dudes going around, didn't we? Alright, so I think that's kind of it for this place. Alright, knowing that we might have to let stealth carry this weapon, I'm not going to bother healing up too much. In fact, the closer we can stay to Nerd Rage threshold, the better. But yeah, okay, so against these Super Mutant Warlords, it is during the day, and just to give you an idea of what my specials are like at the moment. So 19 strength is pretty good, and of course buffs. Hang on, let me show you those, because I didn't before. So buffs, and also items of clothing. Unyielding is going to give me all of that boost in strength, which is going to be useful. So if we can stay hidden, we can stay doing damage, we can stay alive, basically. And we might have to go around power attacking things just to... Okay, now we're in danger, and... yeah, okay. It's not as bad as I was thinking it was going to be, but yes, as we get more and more damage done to us, also, laughably, the nuclear explosion going off right next to me does nothing. So, you know, there's a little bit of weird power things when it comes to nukes, because those hammers, they'll really mess you up, and those doggos will do more damage, and they're only little puny mutant doggos. Now, saying that, I don't want to be bitten by one of those things in real life, but you'd think a mini nuclear explosion would do a little bit more damage than some teeth digged into your arm or leg or wherever they might want to bite you. Probably grab onto your leg so it stops you, so these super mutants who have the aim of me would actually kill them. Alright, so taking a look at this thing's damage, about half, maybe a bit more, down the unyielding bloody thing. And yeah, unyielding adrenal reaction, 300 Sparta memes. That's like 2008 memes, so if you're too young for that, you're too young for this channel. No. But yeah, 61 energy damage is, you know, it's getting up there. You can always rate extra energy damage to your weapon on how much your damage is being pushed by various factors, whether it be, you know, baby super mutants, no, whether it be adrenal reaction or anything. So I think at this point we're safe just to let stealth carry us through, and we probably can one-shot everyone. And I didn't quite get a look at the damage numbers that we saw out of that one, but turrets are squishy, we can kill those things quite easily. But when it comes to these dudes, hopefully we'll slip back into caution. Thank you, escape artist. And whack him there, 827. So these guys I think I've got around, let's see, 700 health. So yep, that'll do them in one shot. So as long as we can keep at this health range, I feel like we'll be okay to one-shot everyone in here, provided we don't get spotted. Alrighty, here we go again with these bloody muties. They're probably getting a bit sick of me at this point, but, you know, they're good. This is one of the best cells in the game. This is like the Gunner's Plaza equivalent, because there's lots of monsters around, or not monsters, but lots of tanky dudes around to really get a lot out of your weapons. And, you know, it's good testing grounds. It's great stomping grounds. There needs to be more cells which are, you know, complete combat. Like, I know that White Springs Golf Club is in a cell, but that's an extremely good place. And there's the Hammer of Death doing more damage than a... Did he just headbutt me? Okay, that might have been a stagger animation, but I feel like he just headbutted me. But the Hammer of Death doing more damage than a mini nuclear explosion, which, I don't know, makes sense to me. Those hammers, they hurt. So, we'll keep on going here. We'll just keep on one-shotting all of these guys. And to anyone who said that this is a shit weapon, well, you're wrong, aren't you? You're very, very wrong. And I haven't really spoken about any of the legendary effects that are attached to this weapon. Let's see. The endurance makes it... I don't think it increases my health like any endurance like chems would, but it does mean I take up less AP with sprinting, which is nice. My endurance is pretty low for a melee spec character, so, you know, having a little bit of extra of that, even though it's not going to give me any more health, is nice. There we go. There's Escape Artist doing its lovely thing again. And just keep on whacking these dudes. There we go. Alright, I think that's everyone except for the blokes up in the control room, so we'll pay them a little bit of a visit. We won't knock on the door, we'll sneak right in. Hopefully none of these blokes are ready for me to... No, they're totally not ready. Wait, what? There's 3 in here. Okay. Looks like this worked then. Alright, so... right there, if he actually hit us, we would have had a little bit of a taste of what the Suppressor's legendary effect does, because honestly, I'm not seeing use out of any of these legendary effects right now. I've got the weapon in a state where it one-shots everybody, so, you know, other than the passive benefit of having extra endurance for, you know, running around and whacking things, there's not a whole lot this thing is doing for me right now that would make it actually useful in terms of its legendary effects. We're basically running around with a +1 endurance baton, which, you know, to its credit, is doing quite well in here, provided we can carry it with stealth, but that's okay. I like using stealth as a crutch anyway. It means if I'm playing against actual players who aren't as dumb as super mutants, or sometimes aren't as dumb as super mutants, I can easily kill everything. Okay, glitchy door bug aside, we'll keep on moving here. And here's where it gets a little bit sketchy, because now I'm not in a good spot and there's super mutants around every corner, so making sure we get back into caution is definitely what we want. And looks like we might have to play the waiting game. This is strange behavior because he wasn't shooting me, but we're still in danger. Okay, all of these blokes are still pretty switched on to where I am, so we'll just give them the slip. Back into caution now. These guys are all panic firing, that's why they are shooting at nothing. And we're back into basically killing everything with stealthies. Whack you. Whacking you. Okay, looks like that didn't work on you. But at least the shots you do get on me are going to be suppressed, right? So we're actually finally seeing the benefits of our suppressors baton here. And yep, that's another stim pack down the hatch. That's okay. Oh, shit. Okay. I'm going to throw a grenade there and see if that solves my problems. I think that got me. That might have got me. Yeah, probably. I don't know. Sometimes the explosion radiuses are pretty weird. And with a little bit of adrenal reaction in that run-up and power attack with that unyielding benefit allowed us to kill that guy with the automatic rifle who was, you know, ripping us a new arsehole, which was nice of him to do. And who's left at this point? We're down to the stragglers, so this fight is as good as ours. We've taken out the most, we've taken them all out for the most part. So we just got to figure out where the last ones are. Let me guess, it's the guy who sits in here. He's like the ghoul manager equivalent of the super mutants. And we are done. And yeah, we did alright. Oh, I didn't realize I had one of those. Alright, I must have picked it up off the Wendigo. I knew I picked up something, but yeah. Polhooks are good though. I reckon they might be better than super sledges because they get armor penetration. But yeah, we'll move on to something else. Alrighty, so don't know if I want to take this thing into Nerd Rage Bloodied Threshold, but we'll just try this out against one here. We'll whack him in the face just to see how we go. That second hit was definitely better, and I guess we'll just hit him in the balls for funsies for those final strikes. So we managed to kill Swan without us, you know, being hit, which is actually not too bad here. So it's definitely not a power weapon, it's not the best weapon in the world, but it is holding its own in certain situations, and definitely our build is responsible for, doing that. So, if you're not spec'd for melee, I wouldn't have a bat within 10 bloody feet of you. There you go, there's some imperial measurements for all you Americans watching. Alright, so when it comes to people saying this weapon does suck, I guess when compared to other weapons, yes, there are better options out there that would, make you think that this is no good, and I totally understand that. So, honestly, if you do have anything that is better than this... Did he just cloak on me? Did I just get chameleoned by a fucking lizard dude? Well, I'm gonna whack you 3 times. There we go. 990 damage against you, thank you very much. Ah, there you are. Wow, he's booking it out of there. He doesn't want any part of this. Where is he going? Where is he going? Nah, not having any of this, crabs. Alright, you gotta fucking behave yourselves. Now, crabs are nasty when it comes to one-on-one melee fights like that, because what they'll do is they'll just hide under their shell, and you saw how we were getting blocked there. So again, it's not just super mutants with the ability to block. The Milex can do it as well. And for whatever reason, you've got cowardly AI. You've got no part in this fight. So you're just gonna do that, which is strange behavior. And we've managed to drop a grenade right where the queen spawns because of a calculated throw, I suppose. Luck, by the way. And with a little bit of adrenaline unyielding there with the acid DOT onto us, we've actually managed to take out the queen very, very quickly. Now, whilst we were pretty damn effective there with, what's it called again? Disorderly conduct. Sorry, I can't even remember its name. Yeah, there's definitely better options out there. If you saw my bloodied swing speed super sledge video, maybe my bloodied swing speed cultist blade, we probably would have cut through those guys a lot quicker. So yeah, there definitely are better options out there. And if you have this weapon or haven't got it already, it's pretty... It's a good scriptware weapon. You can get 40 script out of this just for doing some dumb event or some dumb things in survival mode. It's just playing survival mode is going to be the chore of it all, I suppose. Alrighty, no train yard smash today. I think you get the point of this weapon, but just for testing's sake, let's take on a bat and see how we go. Now we're going to be relying on stealth on this once again, so I've preemptively cleared out all of the other bad guys that might draw this thing's aggro. And I don't think he's got any of these boneheaded fucking Mushroom Kingdom blokes to actually defend him. And right here, I've got no fucking clue what's going on. Honestly, I'm just watching the health bar go down slowly there, but we did manage to do it without him detecting us, which is nice because that would have potentially, caused problems. But there you have it. You can do it with the disorderly conduct, but honestly, there are so much more better options that, it's not even worth using if you've got something better. So, yep, scriptware, but it definitely doesn't suck, alright? The take-home message is disorderly conduct can actually do alright, provided your build can accommodate its needs, which basically, you gotta sneak. You gotta use those damage multipliers to make this thing work. Unyielding armor, on top of that, adrenaline, just, you need everything sort of going in your way to actually get damage out of this, which, if you don't have a dedicated melee build, will obviously be a little bit of a problem for you. But there you have it. That's my take on disorderly conduct. If you'd like to see this thing in your game, the event's probably over by this recording, but if you've already seen it, used it, you've probably scripted it by now. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, guys.